It's the plural form of El. Now, when you go to the actual scriptures, in the Hebrew Bible and the Jewish Bible, it says, Elohim, we shall make man in our image and after our likeness. But it actually says in Hebrew, Elohim said, we, W-E, meaning more than one, we will make man. Remember the Moses with the Ten Commandments, where Moses receives the law and the Ten Commandments from God. And what is the first commandment? The first commandment says, I am the Lord your God who have brought you out of the land of Egypt and out of the house of bondage, and you shall have no other gods before me. He didn't say there are no other gods. He just said you will have no other gods before me. The emphasis, I was told many years ago, was Rabbi pointed out, is that God is saying to the Hebrew people with the Ten Commandments, I am the Lord your God. You picked me. So there's a group. What I'm saying is that picture, say, 12 or 14 different gods, and each one is equal to every other one. But if you pick one and you make a deal with that one God, then you have a relationship with that.
What's up, G. Nathan Barnes? So the video that you saw before this one was a gentleman named Jordan Maxwell. Now, Mr. Maxwell, who was a very, very intelligent man, God bless him, he specialized in esoteric knowledge, subject matter. Now, again, in the video that you just watched before this one, I guess Mr. Jordan was trying to show how the polytheist ideal framework permeates throughout all of humanity, even religion. But this is where Mr. Maxwell fell short, and that's interpretation. First of all, anybody that really knows and understands biblical text also knows that biblical texts are a bunch of allegorical, figurative, symbolic representations of absolute universal truths. And most of those truths are actually were expressed mathematically at its original outset, not grammatically, not using verbal communication, meaning words. That's first. Now, Mr. Maxwell touches on a couple of points, such as the word Elohim. Elohim does mean God, yes, gods. And it's stated throughout the Bible, the word God, plural, in order to reference beings with supernatural abilities. Any being with a supernatural ability is considered by definition a god. However, the creator of existence is the God of gods, the Lord of lords. That's the difference. So even though there are Elohim, there is only one Echad, the one. Aristotle preached the law of first causes. You must have a first, an original in all things. And the supreme intelligence is the first, is the God of gods. So that takes care of that. Mr. Maxwell also touches on the creation of Adam, where it states in the Bible or in the Torah, because the Old Testament, which is where Genesis lies, meaning remains, states and let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Now, Mr. Maxwell jumped on this point, or on the fact that it states us. Again, if you don't understand biblical text, you can misinterpret a phrase or a statement like that. That us component represents the dual nature within this supreme intelligence. Since the supreme intelligence is made up of both desire and thought, which is its fundamental essence, like man, not saying that this intelligence or man equates to this intelligence. However, we are micro representations, micro reflections of this intelligence. So the same way that our fundamental basis and essence is desire plus thought. And why do I say that? Because nothing would come to fruition without desire. And without thought, desire would have no way or any means to make manifest what it desires. So that's that. So when God says, let us, again, it's referencing the duality component, the dual component, the two sides of God, you hear me? I'm sorry, of God, which again, this duality component permeates throughout what? The whole universe. This duality or polarity is what creates balance. And that's what God is. God is balance. Third point, last point. God says when he offers the 10 Commandments, he states, I am a jealous God. Do you know that the word jealousy has a dual meaning? No pun intended. One definition of jealous means possessive. Now, why would God be possessive if all things belong to God, right? There's another meaning. And that meaning is vigilant, watchful. I am a watchful God. Now, to me, that makes more sense. I want you to be vigilant and pay attention to what you hear on social media or anywhere, especially when it comes to subject matter like the one I'm expounding upon in this video. Since the subject of God and the God concept is so important, so imperative, and it has to be treated with kid gloves, because this entity, this intelligent agent exists. And how can that be proven? Because the complexity, the complex systems that make up this material universe is the proof. So yes, individuals like John Maxwell are intelligent, but they're not God. And they don't know everything. Trust.
You've got to see yourself with the good you desire. You've got to hold that image in your mind. You've got to know it's going to come, and that will attract everything that's necessary. See, nothing is created or destroyed. Everything's already here. Now, if you're holding an image that you can't get something, you're on a vibration, you're not going to get it. But if you can see yourself with it, you know it's coming to you. You know it. You know it's only a period of time. You're not quite sure what the time is, but you know it's a period of time, and bang, that thing's going to manifest in your life. You have controlled the vibration that you're in. The vibration then, called the frequency, you put yourself in the frequency that your desires on. Understand, this is an orderly universe you and I are a part of. We are God's highest form of creation. There's nothing that will equal us. We can accomplish anything, but we've got to raise our level of conscious awareness. We've got to understand these laws, and we've got to live in harmony with them. That's when we're going to start to get the good we desire. It's a beautiful thing to understand. I thank God I understand it. Solomon said, in all you're getting, get understanding. Understand the law of vibration.